It's been 10 years since we first stepped out of Vault 111 and into the irradiated heart of the Commonwealth. Fallout 4 launched to sky-high expectations, nuclear hype, and the pressure of carrying an entire franchise on its back. But now, a full decade later, how does it really hold up? This isn't a love letter or a hit piece. No hot takes, no drama, just a full breakdown of what Fallout 4 is, and what it's meant to be, and how it's aged. You get the facts, you decide the verdict. Fallout 4's development actually kicked off behind the scenes not long after Fallout 3 wrapped up. Officially, it was revealed in June of 2015, and launched just a few months later in November. Bethesda built it using an updated version of the Creation Engine, the same core engine behind Skyrim, but tweaked and tuned for the Commonwealth. The studio had one big goal in mind: blend the open-world immersion of Skyrim with Fallout's signature retro-futuristic tone. That meant a big shift in systems and priorities. We got a fully voiced main character for the first time, a simplified dialogue wheel, and a bigger push toward action and crafting. It was a bold move. Some loved it, some didn't. Right from the start, you're dropped into a world where you play either a male or female sole survivor, a pre-war resident frozen in a cryogenic vault. Both characters have a voice actor, which brought more emotion to scenes, but also locked the player into a specific role. The character system was also streamlined. The special stats remained: strength, perception, endurance, and so on, but skill points were gone. Instead, you leveled up and selected perks directly from a poster-like tree. It looked great visually, and it simplified progression, but many longtime fans missed the skill-based depth of older titles. The game world, the Commonwealth, is set in post-apocalyptic Boston. It's dense, it's vertical, and it's packed with environmental storytelling. From the bombed-out skyscrapers of downtown to the radioactive storms of the glowing sea, Fallout 4 tried to make exploration rewarding and full of discoveries. Every alleyway and office seemed to hide something: a journal, a skeleton, or a story you piece together without a single line of dialogue. As for the story, your journey revolves around searching for your kidnapped son. Along the way, you encounter 4 main factions. The Brotherhood of Steel returns with a militaristic grip on technology. The Institute operates behind the scenes with synthetic humans. The Railroad helps those synths escape. And the Minutemen, well, they're basically your neighborhood watch with laser muskets. The story forces you to choose one, and while the outcomes vary, there's no true golden path. Every function has questionable methods and believable motives. It's more about what you can live with than who's right. Combat was one of the most obvious overhauls. Fallout 4's gunplay felt tighter and more responsive than any Fallout before it. That's the targeting system that slows down time and lets you cue shots, now runs in slow-mo instead of freezing the game. It added tension, especially during surprise encounters. Customization took center stage too. Weapons could be modded and tuned like never before. Scopes, receivers, barrels, stocks, all up for the tweaking. Armor had pieces now instead of just one outfit. This tied right into another big change: settlements. Ah yes, settlements. Some players spent dozens of hours building towns, wiring generators, defending settlers, and decorating bars. Others never touched it. You were given tools to build everything from a basic shack to a mini-city. Preston Garvey quickly became the face of this system, as memes reminded us constantly that another settlement needed our help. Companions returned in a big way. Characters like Nick Valentine, Piper, Curie, and Hancock were fully voiced and could be romanced. They commented on your decisions, chimed in during quests, and even unlocked new perks depending on how much they liked you. The affinity system was simple but effective, and it gave your relationships weight. Then there's power armor. Fallout 4 changed it from a wearable outfit to a drivable suit, something you needed fusion cores to operate. It felt heavier, more powerful, and turned you into a walking tank. For better or worse, it made power armor feel special again. Visually, Fallout 4 was a step up from its predecessors in lighting, texture quality, and weather effects. But even at launch, some players felt the animations and faces were dated. The art style, though, carried the tone, that washed-out, golden retro look, punctuated by 1950s propaganda and 2077 tech. The music, composed by Inon Zur, carried a melancholic, lonely tune throughout exploration. Combined with ambient sounds and the Geiger counter clicks, it created an atmosphere that was uniquely Fallout. Radio sounds returned too, letting players blast out classic tunes while mowing down ghouls. There's something poetic about listening to Atom Bomb Baby while exploring a burnt-out vault. Mods. We can't talk about Fallout 4 without talking about mods. The PC community, and eventually console players, were able to transform the game completely. Want new weapons? Done. Want to rebuild Diamond City as a modern metropolis? Got it. Want to replace Deathclaws with Atomic the Tank Engine? Somehow, also yes. Even after official support slowed down, the modding community has kept Fallout 4 alive with massive overhauls, new quests, and quality-of-life patches. Some modders went so far as to fix bugs that Bethesda never did. Then there's the DLC. Fallout 4 had 6 expansions. Automatron added a robot building system and a short new questline. Wasteland Workshop focused on settlement decorations. Far Harbor, easily the most beloved, added a huge new island, deeper moral choices, and Lovecraftian undertones. Contraptions and Vault Tech Workshop added even more building tools. And Nuka World took us to a Raider-run amusement park full of branching choices. Far Harbor in particular stood out, both for its story and atmosphere. It's often considered the most New Vegas-like part of Fallout 4, with morally complex characters and tough decisions. So, now, 10 years later, what's the legacy? Fallout 4 brought in a huge new audience, and for many players, it was their first Fallout. It made the series more accessible, but it also marked a turning point. The designs shifted from hardcore role-playing to a hybrid of a shooter, builder, and explorer. Some fans loved the changes, others still miss the old days. Either way, it's clear that Fallout 4 wasn't just a moment in time. It left a footprint on gaming, on Bethesda's future, and on the franchise. And that brings us to the real question. How do you feel about Fallout 4? Was it a step forward, a missed opportunity, or something else entirely? That's what this video is about. You've seen the facts, the systems, the vision behind it. The rest is yours to decide. War never changes, but maybe our perspective can. Thanks for watching, and if you made it all the way to the end, hey, maybe go check your settlement. I hear they might need your help again.